Hey fashionpreneurs, welcome back to the final episode in this series. It has been an amazing journey. I hope you have enjoyed the series as much as I have. So today is going to be the final episode in this series and it is question and answer time. Let me drink to that. Now, let's start. I got a lot of questions from a lot of fashionpreneurs and I am so thankful for the questions, and it just shows you're engaging and you're interested in the series, so it just kind of makes everything worth it. So thank you guys. So I'm going to be reading these questions here from my phone and answering them as much as possible. So the first question I'll be answering is, what type of sewing content should I post first? Now, type of sewing content you should post first, I would say that would determine or depend on your niche. Remember, in the first episode of this whole series, I talked about determining who you'll be creating your content for, your target audience. So that would kind of determine the kind of videos or the type of videos you post forward first. For example, if you are into female fashion and you want to start with the trendy dresses or trendy wears that are outside that people are kind of crazy about, looking for tutorials on them, you could start with that. If there are stuff that even you don't know, you can just start with the basics. Start with skirts, start with boo-boo. We have a lot of trendy boo-boo styles. Look for the ones you can do and start your tutorials, beginner friendly tutorials and all that. That's a very good point to start with as well. All right, so number two, the second question I got, can I start with just my phone? What is it? That's what we've been discussing on this series so far. Your phone, everything on your phone. You just need your phone. All right, so the whole essence of this series is to show you that you can actually start with your phone. Is actually all that you need, and I hope I've been able to show you or prove that to you after this whole series and everything. So definitely yes, yes, and yes, you can start with your phone. Go and start. All right, so the next question is, what are the best angles to film my sewing process? All right, we have different angles. We have the over the top, we have the side, we have the front, and all these angles I have described, all these angles I have talked about in this video. So the link to the video is under this description. Please go and watch it. You'll see the different angles you can shoot your tutorials from. Thank you. All right, the next question is, how often should I post to grow my channel? This one is deep because seriously, consistency is the bloodline, or consistency is the watchword if you want to grow fast and if you want to grow well on YouTube. Now, when I started my sewing channel, I was very consistent. I told myself that every week minimum one video must be on my channel, and I actually did that for a while until life happened. I couldn't keep up. I think I gave myself the excuse not to keep up, because if I really wanted to, because even when I said I was going to be doing minimum one videos weekly, it's not like it was easy. Sometimes at 2 a.m. I was creating videos because I told myself that no excuses, I'm not going to give myself excuses. So at a point when I now gave myself excuses that okay, this thing, life has happened, I can't keep up, so I started lagging and stuff like that, and it affected my growth for a while. So what am I saying? Why am I telling you this? Consistency is the watchword. You have to do minimum. The minimum is one video per week. If you want to see growth quickly, the minimum is one video per week. If you can do every other day, like 2-3 videos per week, like that would be very good. But if you can't, the minimum should be one video per week. All right. So, what if I am too shy or don't speak fluently? What if I am too shy or don't speak fluently? Now, if you are too shy to bring your face to the camera and all that, another thing you can do is, there are so many faceless channels that are doing well so far on YouTube. Like, we don't get to see the face behind the content, we just see what they are doing. So one thing you can do is just focus your camera on the table, or focus your camera to show what you are doing, not your face and all that. So we also have sewing channels that they don't talk, they just put text to show the, like, text prompt to show what they are doing, and they use music at the background, right? So really there's no excuse. If you are not comfortable showing your face right now, what you can do is start a faceless channel, where you record everything you're doing and your face doesn't need to show. And if you feel okay, you still do not want to talk, you're not comfortable talking, another thing you can do is just use music and use text prompt to show all the processes. One thing is, people just want results. They don't really care about you that much. Let's be honest. They don't really care about you, care about your face that much. They just care about what they want to learn or what you want to give them. If you have the value, if you can deliver the value, you can show them how to create that thing, they are not really interested in your face like that. So I'm saying all that to say that you can start a faceless channel. You can use music as a background and use text prompt to show your process and all that. Your channel will still do well. So it's not about showing your face or talking or any of that stuff like that. So if you're comfortable for a start, go through that route. So then later, when you are more comfortable to show your face or any other thing, you can do that. I hope I've been able to answer that question. Okay, right. Let's go. Is InShot enough to edit my sewing videos? InShot is more than enough to edit your sewing videos. All my tutorials, all the sewing tutorials I have on my channel were edited on InShot. In fact, all my current videos, including this one you are watching, was edited on InShot. Now, I also edit my videos on CapCut, but InShot is still just like easy go-to for me. So it's just make the jobs easy and everything. So InShot is still my number one. Even with all the other options that I have, InShot is my go-to. Like I don't want a complicated edit and all that. I just use the InShot app. So InShot is more than enough for you. Another quick thing I would love to chip in is how you set your phone, how you put your phone when shooting your videos. Now, my phone currently, as I'm shooting my YouTube videos, is on landscape, and this is the landscape shot. So when you want to take any videos on YouTube, you are going this way, you are taking your shot landscape like this. On Instagram, on Facebook, or YouTube shorts, you are going the portrait version like this for your YouTube shorts, your Instagram reels, and all that. But for your YouTube videos, always have your camera this way when shooting. Your camera this way is landscape view, so your camera should be this way when shooting your YouTube videos. Now, also another thing I would love to add is that I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, but let me just say it again in case you didn't get it the first time. Shooting your videos, always ensure you clean your camera lens. Your camera, you're always putting your phones different places in your bag, in your pocket, on the table. It gets a lot of dirt, but when you clean the camera lens before you take your pictures or videos, you always get a very good quality videos. And that will be all for this series. So if I didn't get to answer your question, please leave the question in the description box or in the comments. Leave your comments in Emma, what are you saying? Leave your question in the comments and I'll answer it as soon as I get to see them, right? So thank you so far for joining me on this series. I hope it was worth the while. Now, if you're saying, Thelma, I do not want to shoot videos, I do not want to shoot sewing videos as a fashionpreneur. I have other things I would like to talk about. I have experience that I would like to share. I have business knowledge I would like to share with others and not sewing videos. Then let me know if you'd like me to create videos on how to start as a creative with knowledge that you like to share, how to start a channel on that as well. And the kind of content or the kind of things you can share with fashionpreneurs, the kind of content and the kind of things you can share with fashionpreneurs in your community. So let me know about that because that's the space I am currently in. I don't create sewing tutorials anymore. Now I teach fashionpreneurs how to grow their business with structure, clarity, and strategy. So, and I talk about this more right now on YouTube and my website and other platforms. So if you feel you have something to share that is not on sewing and everything, but you would like to grow a community and share what you have in your head and it's those kind of videos you would like to create, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to create videos telling you how to come up with content, how the kind of audience and all that stuff you would like to know. So also if you want us to talk, you have any collaboration for us to do, please send email to this email address on the screen, hello@diary of a fashionpreneur. Send me an email, then we'll talk, right? So until I come your way with my next impactful video, remember in this community, we don't do it afraid. We do it in faith, with confidence, and with God. Say it with me. We don't do it afraid. We do it in faith, with confidence, and with God. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video.